Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Hearts of Iron 4 with the new Waking the Tiger DLC. I am, once again, Sabouts, joined by Commissar Roach. And...
Hello. Sorry,
you're good. We actually have restored the Kaiser. We're just waiting for the sort of the event to fire.
We're just waiting for the old man to show up.
As we were talking a little bit about it off camera, we were saying it makes sense because he's got to get on a train and head to Berlin, probably organize a parade for him, so...
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. There should be a pop-up here soon to explain what happens. Oh, here we go. Got it. In the midst of ecstatic celebrations, Wilhelm II has returned as Kaiser to the German Empire. The Netherlands is owed a debt of gratitude for allowing him safe refuge these past decades, and for refusing his extradition to our former enemies on multiple occasions. Though the nation has suffered much in the recent civil war, it is hoped that the Kaiser's return will bring further stability and unity. He shall undoubtedly lead the nation well. So, Wilhelm II becomes leader of a non-aligned party. He's anti-democrat, so that means acceptance of democratic diplomacy is -50, and daily diplomacy or diplomatic support is -0.2%, plus 10% stability, though. And he has imperial connections, so he gets basically all of the political positions that are people. -25% cost on all of those. So there he is. He's in command with that mustache.
That is a nice mustache. I hope to one day be able to live up to that.
It's a lot of wax.
Oh my goodness. How old would he be at this point?
How old would he be? He's fairly old. He was middle aged during the First World War.
He's got to be pushing.
So it's been a while. He's an old man.
Yeah, he's got to be.
He has sons though. He has children. I know he has like a son. I think it's Wilhelm III. Or no, is it Frederick? I'm not sure. He has a son. So who knows how long he'll last? But the line of succession is intact. And we had another pop-up. Wilhelm II returns to Germany. In the surprise announcement yesterday morning, the German government officially lifted the exile on Wilhelm II. Later in the day, the old Kaiser's motorcade passed the Dutch-German border, and upon his return to Berlin, he was ceremonially reinstated as Kaiser of the German Empire. The Kaiser has already vowed to see Germany return to its old greatness, but it remains to be seen which direction the nation will take with its diplomacy. Long live the Kaiser!
Long live the Kaiser! Nice. See the Democratic Party actually kind of
starting to go down.
Yeah, they're taking a little bit of a popularity hit,
which is good because they're a bit. It's even split right now between democracy and
yeah,
monarchy.
Exactly. Which isn't going to help us, but with that declining, that should
it should naturally help. It's already equal, and it's going down. So that's good. That's good. And we can buy political advisors because of the discount now, even though we don't have 150.
Well, I guess we could go ahead and grab one up.
I like the idea of the war industrialist.
Let's see, military factory construction speed, dockyard construction speed. Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, we seem to be going very heavy industrial and very quick blitz army. That's like the theme, so we might as well stick with it because it's working.
Yeah, we'll pick him up. It's a good idea. So yeah, we are now the official German Empire. It's not just a name.
We are officially the German Empire.
Yep. So I think the next thing we should do for our focus when we get another one is to go down the Air Force tree. Build up our Air Force a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Tactical air effort, strategic air effort.
Actually, in the war, air experience. We got the most air experience in the war. If you look at our experience totals,
look at that.
We got almost 500 from the war. They learned well.
It was brutal for them. I mean, it was like the whole entire.
It was brutal.
The whole entire time was like a 1-for-1 exchange on fighters.
Yeah. It was a tough trade. How goes our naval building? Just gonna double check that. 1 month and we get a battleship. Yeah, and we have a surplus of our aircraft now. Our bombers are currently going to replacing those old bombers.
Oh, yep, I see that.
We still had all those old tactical bombers, so the Heinkel 111s are still rolling out to the entire Luftwaffe. Or was it the Luftwaffe during the German Empire?
I don't believe it was. I'm not sure though what the actual proper.
Did they have an air force during the German Empire? Or was it like the U.S. Army, where it was the Army?
Yeah, I want to say it was probably similar. I don't know though. Actually, I don't want to say because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because
I think they did have some aircraft, but I doubt it was a separate.
Yeah, because I know the thing is that like Luftwaffe, it wasn't a Nazi name, because I think it's still called the Luftwaffe, isn't it? Or in the German, like the current German military. Or is it slightly different? I'm pretty sure it's called something close to that, because Luftwaffe just means air.
Yeah, service, it's probably the same thing.
Yeah. So I guess we could just keep calling it the Luftwaffe.
Yeah, because it's not really a.
Not like Wehrmacht.
Yeah, it's just the name. It's not like it's really associated with anything to do with the German Reich.
Yeah. Revival of the Rome Protocols. And at Hungarian instigation, Italy, Austria, and Hungary have renewed the Rome Protocols originally signed in 1934. The agreements pertain to economic development and a word that actually I can't see it for a second. Fucking glasses are smudged. Reappropriament? Yeah, whatever. Essentially a declaration of friendship. There are signs that it may lead to an official alliance aimed at countering the growing revisionist and expansionist tendencies of Germany. This does not bode well. So that's Austria, Hungary, and Italy. And if we check we can actually click the factions map mode. And it looks like that's not an official alliance yet, but Poland's in an alliance. Mijamorja.
With
what is that nation? What is this? Lithuania.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Poland and Lithuania are together.
And
the factions map mode is a star one, and is the star symbol on the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Oh wow! I forgot about this. Holy shit! There's a mini map now.
There's a mini map.
Yeah, if you go to the bottom of the screen, there's like this little like hook symbol, like this little like metal bit at the bottom. You pop it out, and you got a mini map now.
We were talking about that during the stream.
You can actually send a ping. Yeah, and I can send a ping like this.
Oh, that's awesome! That's perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Too bad you can actually send it on the. Oh yeah, nice. Well, that's actually gonna help a lot with kind of communicating. Yeah,
coordination.
That's handy.
It only took us 8 episodes to figure that one out.
I know, but people
have been screaming.
Probably they're just like, "There's a mini map. Why aren't you guys showing the mini map?" It's like the biggest part of the DLC.
For me, it's the biggest part of the DLC, because you can actually just click on the minimap and move the camera,
you're like,
too.
oh, I want to go to Australia. Boom, in Australia. Boom, back to Germany. Nice, love it. Oh.
Oh, there we go.
There she is. There's the Japan I know.
It actually sucks for China, too, because they gave up that territory. Japan's in a much better tactical place to launch out. They don't have to go through those mountains.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt China. They've got, that's all plains right there, and a little bit of hills.
Yeah, right down to Nanking.
I know, they don't even have a river to use as a blockade. I mean, it's...
Well, no, they do. It's right on Nanking.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they literally have a free run all the way through.
Yeah, but don't worry, it's Japan. They'll find a way to screw it
they
up.
always do.
They always do. Always do it. If you read some of some historical accounts of like German, or not German, Japanese like infantry during the Japanese army, oh my god, they didn't give a shit about those guys. They drop them on an island with like a bag of rice and just like defend it.
No, don't dishonor your family.
Yeah, it's really surprising.
Got some more dockyards.
We have two dockyards because we finished a battleship. So I'm going to put one in destroyers and one in the battleship.
Yep.
The other
so
one
we can finish that one up.
So what is this one called? We have the Scharnhorst. Has been finished. We'll have her join the Kriegsmarine surface fleet. Or I guess the German High Seas Fleet now. That's what it should be called.
Wow, that world tension
sparked up quite a bit, didn't it?
A lot of people.
I'm also going to separate the subs that are in the High Seas Fleet and put them with the U-boat fleet.
Soviet Union sending volunteers to China.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I can see that. Coal liquidization is done.
So we said we wanted to work towards air now.
Yeah, we have air innovations already, but now we have a choice to make. Tactical air effort or strategic air effort?
Boy.
So essentially, the strategic one is going to focus on strategic bombers and overwhelming, like, bombing campaigns, that kind of stuff. While the tactical air effort will be more along the lines of working on, close-in tactical support. Less broad.
Yeah, I don't know if I really... they both seem like they could be useful to us. I don't know if there's really a right answer.
That's why it's a choice. That's why it's mutually exclusive.
What are you thinking?
Well, it depends on what we're planning, because a strategic air effort would be useful for things if we're dealing with a drawn-out bombing campaign, which would only be really useful against things like the United Kingdom and the U.S. To degrade their infrastructure and their industry. As well as maybe if we fought the Soviet Union, but it would be to a lesser extent. While a tactical air effort would allow us to support ground forces much closer. It would directly support the ground forces more so than, a strategic effort. So it just depends on what we're looking at. Like, how are we wanting to build the military? What's our doctrine?
I think we're definitely gonna go after our old enemies from World War I. We still got some bad blood with them. So that means that the UK will have to suffer at some point.
So strategic.
I'm thinking strategic.
Okay. That also gives us a tech bonus on strategic bomber models. For one.
Yeah, so which would be nice. We'll be able to get some nicer models there. And we got available planes in reserve.
For the first time in a while. We have 114 Stukas just sitting around.
This is wonderful. Still have a pretty large deficit of those light tanks and the self-propelled artillery, but we knew that was going to happen. Nope, there's the armored spearhead.
Yeah. I guess keep going down. We got the Schwerpunkt to get next. We got 13 days before Concentrated Industry 2 is done. Help us turn out those things a bit better. And we are producing. We are now producing domestic oil from the first Ostmark synthetic refinery. The second one's being built now.
Finally. So we're actually going to probably, once we get that second one up, that's going to balance us out at least. We're still -1.
Yeah, too bad we can't synthesize chromium.
I know, right? Where is
a little bit too early
for that? Where is chromium? Yeah, that's a little early by a long shot.
Primary source of chromium is in Turkey.
Oh, that's a ways away. Oh yeah, all the way down.
Yeah, they've got a shitload.
Yugoslavia's got some chromium. Greece, Turkey.
It's about 5 in Czechoslovakia.
Bulgaria. Oh, there is some in some in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, 5. Not much, but
Better,
fair.
yeah, better than not having, because we don't have any right now, do we? I mean, we literally don't.
We have
we do.
5 we have 5 near one of our cities. I think that's near Ernfurt.
That'd be awesome if we could get that. I mean, look at it all down in Turkey and Greece and Bulgaria. Look at all of that chromium.
Yugoslavia is the big one. It's got almost 100 in one deposit in their south, right on the border of Bulgaria and Greece.
And there's that concentrated industry, which was nice to get.
Yeah. So do we want to pick up excavation, or do we want to pick up improved machine tools to increase our efficiency cap?
What's our efficiency cap at right now? I think it was like 60, right?
Production, yep,
60.
60, yes.
Yeah, let's get it up to 70.
All right. Signal companies will be next in 30 days. And then the new class of carriers.
Yeah, and we'll be done with, let's see, we're going to be done with this battleship in 8 months. We may have a proper fleet, may be able to squeeze a carrier in there.
Yeah, we'll need to research planes to put on the carrier.
Need some carrier variants.
Can't put a BF-109 on a carrier deck and expect it to work.
You can try. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Yeah, we didn't need to make any events or decisions. We're pretty set on that. We're finally leading the leading party, the non-aligned.
Yep, the non-aligned, the royalists. So that's good.
Fascism's dead.
We can modify the government again.
Yep. We could do... Ooh, what's this?
Ooh, I got... Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon. In public declaration... that man's name, has renounced the treaty imposed by the Allied powers after the Great War. Oh yeah, because Hungary, yeah, there's Austria-Hungary. Yes, that was part of it. It was signed by the Hungarians at a protest in 1920. It greatly reduced the country's size and limited the strength of its military. In his speech, the king has already hinted that Hungary may soon look towards reaffirming their claims on territories taken from them 2 decades ago. So the Austro-Hungarian military empire may try and reform. We're just getting all the old guys
nice.
Back together.
Yeah. It's going to be World War I, Part 2. Some might even call it World War II.
Some. But those are the vast majority. Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to modify the government, I think we were thinking.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing...
Could get a chief of the branches. Could get a chief of the Air Force or Navy.
Let's see. What are our options for both of those? Commerce rating. Decisive battle. Decisive battle's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then for the Air Force one. Air experience gain. All weather. Meh. Ground support. And we can't get that.
No, we can't get Goering. We did, we hanged
yeah,
him.
he's unfortunately, he's not around.
I think all weather's pretty good.
Yeah, the bad weather penalty plus 20%. It's a pretty big modifier. That's essentially just going to allow us to get better rolls during inclement weather.
It also makes sure we're not grounded, for bad weather, essentially. So, we'll pick that one up. Why not? Filling out the military, getting everything back up and running.
Yeah, how are we doing actually for those panzer divisions? Oh, they're almost trained up.
Yeah, we're basically right now. It's the
equipment.
It's the deficit of equipment.
Which
you can't train on the things. You can't train on these things if they don't exist.
We built one out of a cardboard box. Go ahead and climb inside that bad boy and start training.
Yeah.
We are starting starting to the artillery's starting to bounce back around. It says we're going to be out of the shortage in 16 days. It's just those light tanks. It's all those light tanks.
Yeah, I think I'll put a couple of military factories on the queue.
Yeah, and, not a bad idea. Get those built up so we can probably increase the light tank production a bit.
Thinking. So there we go. That's 7 factories in the queue right now, total. So that should be fairly.
Yeah, I'd say so. We could bump up light tank production if we wanted to. We could also maybe start a heavy fighter production line. Something to consider.
Yeah. We just finished signal companies. I'm thinking field hospitals.
Yep, that's one thing we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah, need to get the MASH units up there, because if we don't,
then why? Exactly.
We're gonna lose out a really good show.
It's it'll be a whole generation of people that never got to enjoy.
Yeah. I love that show, by the way.
Oh, it's great.
MASH.
I always liked.
It's great.
I always was fond. I always use the term 5 o'clock Charlie. I think it's. I think it's hilarious.
What was the other thing called? Washing Machine Charlie. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, only 4 days away from for those self-propelled artillery pieces to be built. I think we're through our stockpile, by the way, of light tanks.
Yeah, they're probably. Where can we actually see that stockpile of actual what's left?
If you go to logistics, and you click the thing you're wanting to see, it'll bring up the stockpile, and it'll break it down by what's available.
Okay, so
and right now there is only Panzer IIs.
There is no more.
We've gone through we've gone through the Panzer I chassis that we had left.
But we do. Look at that surplus of infantry equipment. That is nice.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new national focus. So I'm thinking we could. What do we want to do?
Well, we're doing pretty well industry-wise. We could jump back towards. Well, what's this here, though? So that doesn't matter. We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need the west wall or anything like that.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to need the west wall.
Could get the Reichsautobahn. That would give us max infrastructure and quite a few territories in Germany.
Yeah, let's do that. Brandenburg, Hanover. I don't know what that. And Franken, Thuringen. I'm sure that's not how you say it in German, but that's how you say it in English, I guess. That's how I'm saying it. Oop, we got one of our Panzer divisions.
Yeah, we do. I'm just gonna. I think just leave it there until the rest of its class is done. Yeah. That way we gotta just leave it there. No reason to move it. No reason to mess with it until we get everything ready. And then we could either fold it into your unit, your army, or we could bring the Panzer division out of your current army and then make a new force consisting of mobile armor.
Okay, so getting rid of the one or breaking down the one I've got here?
Yeah, and then also getting rid of my motorized in my army and fold them all together. So there's 5 Panzer divisions and 1 motorized division together in a single army.
Still?
So they can work independently.
Mine should not have the artillery in it anymore, correct?
Yep. It's only got the if you hover your mouse over it, it'll break it down by the battalion, and you can see it doesn't have
the 2 motorized and the 1 light. Self-propelled.
Yeah, self-propelled. And then it's got 2 sport companies. See, like NATO symbols, so much easier to get at a glance. That's what they're made for. Yeah,
exactly. Because it's very blatantly obvious which one's which. I mean, it's...
Exactly. I don't understand people saying, like, well, they don't make any sense. They make perfect sense.
If you know them, they make sense.
He's got to spend a minute to learn it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, there's really not that many... There's not that many symbols. It's not too overwhelming.
Well, it's just a collection of different symbols.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Like if it has a dot in it, if it has a dot in the center of a box, at some point it's some type of artillery.
Yes, exactly.
If it's got an X in it, then it's got an X through the entire field, then some type of infantry, and etc. Super easy to learn.
Aha. There
Hey,
she
there
is.
we go. There she is. So that's the Navy. Let's see here. Why don't we pick up the naval variant of our fighter, the BF-109? Okay. So we'll pick up that. Which technically, according to from what I remember, they actually made, because the Graf Zeppelin was essentially almost finished before Hitler decided, hey, surface navy, let's not do that anymore, and they decided not to finish it the rest of the way. They actually did have the prototypes for they had the planes done that were going to fly from the Graf Zeppelin.
Oh, no way.
Because they trained the pilots, obviously, like on land. But they could do it. They were completely ready to go. They had the launching apparatus, and they also had the hook in the back of the tail to hook onto the cabling.
Oh, that's so cool.
They never used them. Well, I mean, they never used them for their intended purpose, but they did use them in combat.
But never used them for what they were designed for.
They never flew off a carrier, but they did fly from, I think, bases in the Eastern Front and in North Africa.
Did Germany even have any carriers during World War II? They ever finished?
No, that's what I'm saying. The Graf Zeppelin was the one they built.
Never...
but it was so close to being finished. It's ridiculous, but they never finished it.
Never.
It was one of those. It's one of those things. Nope. Then it was used as a target ship for the Russian Navy. Oh
God, the horror, the thought, so close to being finished.
Yep, she never sailed under any flag. Actually, hell, I would have been good if the Russians just decided to use it as one of their ships.
To capture it and use it instead of just turning it into a big target.
I mean, it wasn't that good of a. It was like it was definitely a last gen carrier, even whenever it was ready to be finished compared to the rest of the world. But I mean, still, it's a German carrier. It's an interesting little bit of history. Because I don't think the Germans have ever operated a carrier.
To this day,
their navy doesn't consist of that big of a fleet. They don't have a carrier in them. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of nations don't really have carriers. It's a lot. It costs a lot to build. It costs a lot to man.
Well, what's the new fad? It's those assault ships, right? Like the helicopter carriers that are smaller and not expensive.
And I've actually been on them. They're very small assault ships. They'll carry generally amphibious vehicles. They'll carry landing ships, and then they've got helicopters. Yeah, generally Ospreys. We carry a lot of Ospreys on them. Harriers. For air support. Blackhawks, Hueys, Cobras. Yep, that's the new fad right now. LH6, I think is what the.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Though I guess the new fad for the U.S. Navy is also this what is it, Gerald Ford class super carriers that they're putting out.
Super carriers, they're pretty neat. There's those
that are ridiculous.
There's those in the I like the way that they're designing all the new destroyers and everything. They've got the actual layout of them supposed to be to help with radar detection and everything. They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they're expensive, though.
Super.
Was it Zimmerit class?
Super expensive.
Something like that. Super expensive.
We just sold a bunch of. I guess it wouldn't have been just. It might have been 2 years ago or so. We sold a bunch of old minesweepers to the Philippines. Because they have that big thing going on right now, and with China.
With South China Sea. I guess let's look at our main tree here. Do we want to? I think see to the Eastern Front. get Memel back.
Yeah. Let's see, German Empire. Yeah, Memel claim gained by the German Empire. World tension increased. Lithuania gets an event.
And East Prussia gets 14 land
Nice.
forts. See to that. And we have a research slot now. Which, so do we want to pick up one of these? Do we want to pick up excavation 2?
Yeah, I see. We'll go right for
Do we have a
excavation
bonus
2
on
because
it?
we got that 50% bonus.
Cool. I'm going to recruit and deploy some infantry to put in East Prussia. I think if we are going to see to our eastern claims, it's probably a good idea to have
some stuff there.
units
Yeah,
there.
so build those.
So I'm going to make one run of just straight 10 infantry divisions. I'm going to deploy them into right nearest to where they need to go on the
Especially we've got plenty of surplus. We're looking at 24,000 infantry equipment. That's awesome.
Speaking of that, I'm going to check this out. So that consists of 9 battalions of infantry and then a company of engineers and a company of support artillery. I think I'm going to add in a unit of a recon.
Okay.
A recon company. And a signal company. On top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've definitely got the experience.
That's not... Yep. And it's not too bad. And you can get experience as well if you want to, like, you can switch armies to exercise. They'll use equipment and stuff and have attrition, but during that time they'll gain experience and also they'll gain experience for the army experience and also experience as a unit. So they can become trained or, that kind of stuff. But, I mean, our military is actually fairly experienced. The entirety of First Army is regulars. Yeah. They have third level experience.
Yeah, the North Army's a lot of green because I had to rebuild it. But I've got some trained, got some regulars. Just a little bit.
Panzer Division,
which is
at least, and so is the Cavalry Division,
which is pretty good. If there was anyone I wanted to be trained, it would be the Panzer Division. So we're good there.
Yeah. And the High Seas Fleet is growing. We're at 11 ships now, with no subs in it. So we're at that's 7 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 battleship.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Ooh.
4th Internationale. This is essentially just communists getting together. That's talking about how it's very weak compared to the other internationals. I've read that one a lot, so I just kind of didn't want to read that.
Yeah, I kept it up just a little bit if anybody wanted to pause and read it.
Okay, that's how many? Only 1 more Panzer Division in this class needs to be finished. Currently waiting on 236 light tanks to be finished.
Oh my god, that's been it right there. At least we are grinding through it, and the self-propelled artillery now being at a surplus. Because that was at a deficit.
Same thing with the self-propelled tank destroyers.
Oh yeah.
Actually, there's a fair number of them. We could actually probably modify the template to put the tank destroyers into the actual Panzer Division if we wanted to.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, let's see how much would that cost. Tank destroyer. How much is that going to take? That'll take 150 light tank destroyers from the surplus. We have 240 right now. And that'll be 2,500 men to man these. Not bad. Yeah, I'll do that. There we go.
Nice.
And with that, we've those will be going out to the what's the word? To the army. Our heavy cruiser is done. So we got another one, plus a destroyer. So that's the Admiral Hipper and the Z7.
Alright, and that puts us... Let's see, we got 2 more heavy cruisers and still that battleship, but that battleship's only got 3.5 months left. That's going to free up a lot of dockyards.
Yeah, and then we can... Yeah, and then we have to think about what we're going to do for the next one. Are we going to get the carrier?
Well, I think, yeah, we've got the...
Or are we going to also pick up some light cruisers? Because we're still on the 2 that survived the original naval engagement.
Yeah, that's a good point. It gives us 2 options there, because we've got the second classic carrier, and we've even got a carrier we're about to get, or did we already get it? No, we're about to get in 2 days, the carrier variant. So we would be ready for that.
Yeah. We could get a carrier going with that. Although we also want bombers that are carrier variants
exactly.
as well, because we don't just want fighters.
It does us no good unless we got bombers on that carrier.
Yeah. So actually, while we're doing that, why don't we just put the close air support variant to the bomber, so we'll get a carrier variant Stukas. So that'll be the Junkers 87C Stuka. Then we'll put on to the carrier.
Nice.
And that's going.
And we are over time. Oh.
Oh yeah, we're over.
Nice.
By a lot.
These are nice long episodes. People are gonna love it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that is the end of that. It's 1938 right now. We're pushing along. 39% for world tension.
Yeah. How's the war in
China
China
that's
going?
a good point.
Actually, not that good. Not that good. The Japanese have been pushed back.
Well, we said the Japanese would mess it up somehow. I mean, they literally couldn't have had a better opening.
Yep. But oh well. And the Spanish Civil War is still going.
I know. Holy crap. Oh, there's not much left though. That Barcelona though.
Yeah, Barcelona's a bitch. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we are beginning to reassert ourselves as a power.
We are.
Europe.
Yep, we're bouncing back, and we'll finish that that claims there in the east, and that's going to put us a little bit of tension with Lithuania. But I think we'll be ready to play that out, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.